I think it's really appropriate, and I'm very grateful that it's at Christmas time too. It just adds a special kind of panache to the moment, if you will, because this is what we are endeavoring to do, is to truly help people, and this is a great reflection of that. So that said, I'm going to bring up Anton Krupke.
Thank you, Mayor. Anton Krupke, Director, Department of Community Services. Yeah, I'm just really proud to be here today. It's been a long journey to get us here. And, you know, here we are right before Christmas, and what could be more appropriate than to have Family Promise being open a shelter? And especially double dipping, being able to open 2 in 1 month is really amazing. So Ryan will come up and talk later. We have Jennifer Deesman, the chair of the board here. It's really been a fantastic year. And so when we embarked on this journey, I know about 4 or 5 units ago, I told everybody what you're going to witness is a series of events. And the city is dedicated with its partnership with the state to have a series of bed openings. And like I always like to say, we need beds of many flavors, right? We need to be able to have successful bedding. And this really promises to be that kind of a thing. You know, a family can come in here, they can be work with Family Promise, they can work with themselves, and then when they go on to their next bed, right, they'll be much more successful, and that's what we're looking for. But just in this year alone, 1 year from where we're talking about today, we've opened up quite a few, and I'm going to take the time to tell you all of the places we've opened on Oahu this year. The Ima Olapia Triage and Treatment Center, run by IHS for stabilization, that opened in December. That was a city-bought project that we have, and they do stabilization. They've had over 230 clients this year go through that program in 1 year's time. The Makaha Permanent Supportive Housing, we have 8 units up there, it's 60 beds. In Keala, West Hawaii runs that, and really that's permanent housing of different types for them activated this year. Wahiawā Behavioral Health Clinic, where we do medical respite, knowing that some people's, our goal is not just to get them, to housing, but really what they need is medical treatment after they've gone to the emergency room, and we have 20 beds there activated. Waikiki Vista, one of the largest projects bought by the city in its history, right? We have 4 floors there run by Catholic Charities where we've done something really unique, where 1 floor is family sheltering, but then we've given them 3 floors of 12 units each so that people could graduate into permanent housing. Really a unique way for a shelter to also be in control of the next steps. Ala Medical Respite, where we have 30 units outside for housing and 32 beds inside for medical respite and treatment. The place is almost full continuously, and we've reactivated that as a city-owned parcel. In Ohana Navigation Center, which is the one Family Promise opened up earlier this year, and here we are in Wahiawā opening this. That's a lot of activity and a lot of activation of beds in 1 year. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that this project was really the dream of Daryl Young, an administrator in DCS that passed away about 1.5 years ago. Daryl, we stuck with it and we made it happen. So I couldn't be more happy to be here for all of those reasons that we talked about. And this is a great moment for Oahu and all of the families that will come through here. So with that, I'll bring Ryan up. He has a few words he wants to say and a great story. Ryan, congratulations.
Thank you, Anton. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Ryan Kadalani, Executive Director at Family Promise of Hawaii. We're so grateful to the city for this opportunity to partner on this really incredible location for Family Promise. Family Promise of Hawaii is a nonprofit. We were founded in 2005. So next year is our 20th anniversary, actually. And we'll be celebrating with our second annual Brighter Futures Gala, honoring Mayor Blangiardi as our Luminary Award recipient next year. Family Promise of Hawaii, our mission is around transforming the lives of families with children who are facing homelessness. And we provide housing, resources, and support. Basically, we're trying to help families who are at risk of homelessness or experiencing homelessness get back into stable housing as quickly and effectively as possible. And so the Ohana Navigation Center is really the culmination of this 20 years of experience for Family Promise, finding out what are the best ways to meet the needs of families, families with children. And the reason we focus on families with children at our organization is that there's a statistic, some federal research that is so shocking, it's almost hard to believe that the age at which someone is most likely to become homeless is under age 1, followed by ages 1 through 5. So if you think about it, that means our infants and toddlers, our youngest children, are actually at the greatest risk of homelessness. And children and their families need different solutions, as Anton said, beds of different flavors than other populations that we're serving. But it's an extremely vulnerable group. So much brain development happens in their first few years that stable housing plays a huge role in the foundation for the whole rest of their life. So what we do here at Family Promise is respond to that need, and unfortunately it's a need that has been increasing. The last point in time count that was run by Partners in Care earlier this year found a 19% increase in family homelessness on Oahu. There was an increase overall in homelessness, about 14%, but it's striking that family homelessness increased 1.5 times more than the overall increase. And we see that even in the calls that we get at Family Promise. We have had an increase of 44%, a 44% increase in calls seeking assistance compared to last year. So it's really an ongoing need, and it's why I think it's so important that we're opening up this type of facility right now. We're able to bring families home for the holidays, in a sense, and help them take that next step on their journey back to permanent housing. So our Ohana Navigation Center model combines three main things. We'll do a quick tour for anyone who hasn't seen it right after this. The first thing is what we call interim housing. So this provides emergency shelter for families who are experiencing homelessness, whether they're on the beach, they're in a car, they were just evicted, whatever circumstance they're in. We bring them in, we provide a safe and stable place for them to sleep, study, and get back on their feet. We also provide individualized support through our case management. So we have case managers who are based on site that are going to be working directly with their families to help them navigate their challenges, as the name suggests, both housing related and any of the other needs that they may have related to housing and their long-term stability. So partnering on things like their health and mental health care, their economic needs, helping them find a job or increase their income, increase their savings and personal finance knowledge, basically helping them get set up so that in their next step, it will be permanent housing. And the third thing is helping families build skills and social capital through community. Community has really always been at the core of Family Promise. We've always been a very volunteer-driven organization. You'll hear from Reverend Sam Domingo later on, who was involved, and Reverend Piula, who were both involved from the very early days of Family Promise. And so in this space where we're here right now is going to be a space for volunteers to come in on a weekly basis to serve home-cooked meals to families, family-style dinners, bringing together the community and the families in this building. They can make connections for jobs or housing resources or, just learn about their neighbors and make those connections. And we'll also have volunteers who are doing activities with the families, fun activities with the kids or educational STEM-related activities. We have a great roster of volunteers who put together something amazing every week. And then we have volunteers who do workforce development and financial education workshops with parents. So this building, the Ohana Navigation Center, Wahiawā, is really that all-in-one place where families can take that next step. We anticipate serving over 300 children, parents, and family members through the services in this building every year. And it's part of, overall, at Family Promise, our goal next year to serve about 2,000 individual children, parents, and family members on both Oahu and Maui. So if you'd like, I can bring up... if that's okay? Okay. I wanted to introduce Kahala and Keiki. They were the first family to actually move into the Ohana Navigation Center.
Hello, everybody. First of all, on behalf of me and my family, we'd like to thank Family Promise for what they have done for us so far. We was living in our car. We was living on the beach, my family and even my dog. And it is truly a blessing to be a part of Family Promise who helped us. They gave us a new chance at living a better life today. Family Promise not only gave us a roof over our head and food in our belly, but they're helping us to set us up for success, getting us into permanent housings and stuff like that. And I'm truly grateful for that, for me and my family. And my dog. My dog is here to stay with us. Not many shelters can do that, but I'm grateful for that because he is part of our family. This is a season a holiday season about family, and Family Promise is doing it for us. You know, if you're struggling out there on the streets, you're homeless, and you need a new way of living, reach out to Family Promise. I'm grateful my wife did. She reached out to this resource that could help us. I'm truly grateful for city and county for helping us and helping Family Promise out. You know, with this kind of resource and help, man, life gets a lot easier for us Hawaiians out here. You know, and I'm truly grateful. Thank you about that.
It gives us hope, put it that way, hope, yeah, that there is a, you know, a better tomorrow. Yeah, and I want to thank Jason Tannehill. You know, he's our case manager here. He, from day one, yeah, to coming into here and helping us, you know, taking one step at a time.
He works with us every week. There's a plan that is set up that we have to meet, and he works with us, and he makes sure we're doing okay. Well, what can Family Promise do? And that's the thing I really like about this. You know, they don't just house us and say, okay, do your thing. They actually get involved with everything that we're doing to set us up for success. And I'm truly grateful for that, you know, because we need help. I need help, and I'm okay to ask for help today. You know, and I feel good about asking for help because oh man, I'm so grateful today to be a part of this. And I pretty much speak for everybody, all the families that live in here, on how much gratitude they have for this place. You know, it's not good living on the street. It doesn't feel good. It's not good for my kids. It's not an ideal place. But things happen in life. You know what I mean? And we struggle. And it's good to know that there's people out there that cares about us, that is there to and willing to help us to get where we need to be. And with that, thank you, Family Promise.
Thank you.
Just to wrap up, I think their story really exemplifies the heart of Family Promise. Ever since our founding, Family Promise has been about keeping families together. We've always been able to serve families of any size or composition, from single parents, two-parent households with kids. We even serve multi-generational families. Keeping families together has always been at the heart of our mission, and that includes pets as well in this case. So, I also want to just recognize our team that's here today before we close. They've done just an amazing job in record time, in about 6 weeks, getting this place up and running. So we have Elliot, Jason, Zoe back here. Zoe? And then Jennifer Diesman, our board president, is here today. And so Family Promise is really a team that is working together every day, so dedicated from both the board and the staff toward that mission of ending family homelessness in the state. So we really appreciate this opportunity to work with you. Thank you.
Well, I'm not so sure I could add anything to what Anton and Ryan said. And I would just anecdotally say that I spent a lot of years in broadcast media. We used to have a saying in broadcast media that you never want to follow Sinatra. If you have to follow somebody, that's the last guy. Well, I have to tell you, after listening to Kahala and what he had to say about the essence of this place and what it means for his life and the promise that holds in the spirit of this name, Family Promise, for people, it's very moving. Kahala, thank you, and thank you for what you had to say. So since I hired everybody here at one time or another, and you're general managers, this is a big story. I want to see this tonight on the first A block of the story. You go back and you say, Blangiardi said, or you're going to get a visit from me that you don't want to have. This is a great story in the spirit of the holidays, I also want to acknowledge Laura Thielen, who's sitting out here. It's been a tremendous partner for us in our work for homelessness, and she's with Partners in Care. And I just love these names, Partners in Care, Family Promise. It speaks to exactly what we want to do, and it kind of really speaks to the spirit of the work and the effectiveness of the work. So, Laura, thank you. She'll attest to the fact that I want to acknowledge not only Edward Lasbanas, Anton's deputy, who's here today, he's right back there, but Sam Moku, who is my personal, if you will, but our citywide homeless coordinator, working closely with John Mizuno on the collaboration with the state. I'm moved in this moment to see the reality, because one of the things that did not get said, is just look at the surroundings. And think of somebody, like Kahala just said, living in a car, be able to come here and have all that this affords. And it's about giving people their dignity. And there's a lot of stratas to the homeless equation. And we're certainly tackling in a very different way our chronic unsheltered people, people who are seriously ill, physically with disease, but also mentally or drug addicted. These are very complicated, very challenging scenarios, and yet the whole range and the realm of the work we're doing is to address all of that. And we hope to make a difference in all of those sectors. So I'm really pleased, Ryan, and encouraged by the kind of numbers that you have the courage to come out and say you're going to do, because that is not insignificant. And not to denigrate this at all, but this is only one location. And just think about the impact of that as we work our way through and around the city. You know, what Anton said with Waikiki Vista, which I think we're going to change the name of that building, is already demonstrated to us how effective these programs can be when you can just give people that lift, that help, that support, that love and resource they need, and the difference it can make in their lives. So in the spirit of the holidays, I just want to wish everybody a very joyous holiday season, safe, blessed, and you know, Merry Christmas to all. And make sure you tell the people who love you, you love them, and make sure this story gets on the news tonight. Thank you all for here. I think we're going to go downstairs for the blessing. Thank you.
Yate o tō oe, ngā rurue, i le iei ngā luenga. We bless and affirm the blessing that you are, all of you who faithfully work to provide this care and love for the family. Mahalo i ke akua. Mahalo i ke akua. Mahalo i ke akua. Thanks be to God. Blessing to all of you who are working in various segments. Thank you. Blessings to you and the work that you are doing. We give thanks to God for the gift of this place. The gift of this place. We turn to the east. Knowing that the blessing is displaced, but the blessing continues to flow from all the directions. From all the directions. Kasi mai lava na tuwailo panguyama ya mato ay mote. Siko. Sisao. We affirm your blessing, O God, Ahua, that comes from the west, the place of respite, rest, and rejuvenation. We affirm your blessing that comes from the winds of Kona, as we affirm your spirit of love, the spirit of life. We affirm your blessing that flows from the north, the Maute, the North Star. And we affirm your blessing in this place that symbolized this entire building. Mahalo i ke kua, whakatai tere lava, mole ne mota. Thank you for this temple of your presence here now. This is the navigational center, and we are a people of navigators. And so I bless your work as you venture through this life and helping and being guided by the stars and sustained by the spirit of love, love aloha, keeping whole the connection that we share, not only with each other, but with the earth and the sky and all creation as family, as ainga, as aina, as ohana.